episode 8 of Show and Tell, the show in which we tell of our greatest triumphs
and worst failures
of the battlefield. Today with us, we don't have Caleb, because apparently he's tired. But this past weekend, we went to Safety Wolf, so we actually have some stories and some good gameplay and stuff. So tune in within the next week for that. Hopefully I'll have that all edited and stuff. Oh yeah, today, before church, we stopped by our local gun store, FMJ. Finally got me a Magpul MOE foregrip. And so this is my new gun. My new gun, I mean.
like your best.
Yes. And so this is basically, I put my Troy RIS on this body and put the spring I had in the Troy in the JG and pretty much just trashed the outside of the Troy and just using it for spare parts because it's decent internals and stuff. So now this is pretty much my main gun. Now this will be the beak. I'll name my pistol the Talon. Yeah. I'm just kidding. You go first.
Alright, well, my story is from this past weekend at Safety Wolf, and it's when we went to the kill house. If any of you don't know what that is, it's this smaller warehouse. It's probably like, I don't know.
It's like an office building.
Yeah, it's an old office building, and a bunch of doorways are torn out of place so you can move freely and stuff. It's pretty cool, but it's really dark. And so my story starts out with me and Caleb Shepard, and we were gonna move this table in front of the doorway, but we looked up and there was like a dude. The game hadn't started yet. We were just planning on what to do, and so we looked up and there was an enemy, like already running around, like in the room right next to us, even though the game hadn't started for us yet, at least. And so then, right when it was kind of like terrible timing, because then right when he got there, and we were about to ask the ref what happened, they started the game. So he was already like way up there, they already started the game. And so him and Caleb Shepard, they simultaneously killed each other. So
stupid.
And so Caleb Shepard was out, and then me and Condor, we were left. And so I went up into this room with like this big slanted desk, and there were guys in the room right in front of me. Probably 5 or 6 guys, I don't know how many. And then Caleb came in after me, he got killed, and they didn't know I had made it behind the desk. And so one of them just peeked out, and he was looking for a while, and I have a scope in my gun, so I put it right on them, and I hit him right in the head, right in the face. So he was out. And then another guy tried to run away for some reason, like across the doorway. Like here's the doorway. He tried to run across the doorway, and I hit him right in the butt, killed him. And then there was still 2 other guys left in the doorway. So like here's the doorway, and the desk is like right here in this room. And then there's a door right here to my room, and a door right here to that room that they were all in. So I was sitting behind this desk. I don't know if y'all can see it. But I was sitting behind this desk, like right here, and they were firing, and they thought I was in this room behind me, but I was really right here. So I was like firing a little bit, and it was so dark they couldn't see me. And then they were firing, they were like peeking around the doorway, so I timed it right, where I walked up shooting semi to suppress them, and then went this way, and then they both shot a bunch, went over there, and I used the sound of them shooting so hopefully they wouldn't hear me, because I had to like jump over this couch or something to get out this doorway. And then I went through their doorway to get in them, and right when I was walking in, one of them like turned around, I just shot him right in the chest from like me to Caleb Shepard. Like I was like, my barrel was like a foot away from him, and I just shot him right in the chest. Then I leaned around him and went and shot the guy over here in this corner. So I killed everyone. I killed like 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Killed 4 people, and then I walked up here, and so the doorway is over here at the slanted desk. So I killed all the people in this room, and I walked up here, and I turned around, and my teammate had come in right behind that desk, and we didn't know like each other what each other's team was on, because it was a really small map. They could have easily come behind me. So I kind of like looked up at him, he looked up at me, and he said red, and I thought it didn't really register in my mind just in the heat of combat, and I was just like, so I started to fire, and he just shot me, and then ended up I was like, what team are you? He's like, red. I was like, oh, dang, I'm red too. He said, man. So, yeah, so then I got team killed, but I think I asked the ref. We did end up winning that game. It was kind of unclear who won, but I asked the ref afterward, and he said that red won. So
Yeah, when we were in, as far as like kills wise, we definitely won because it was like me, Caleb, and you eventually died. And there was like 4, 5, 6. There's a bunch of blues in the dead room we were in. My turn. Okay. So, we're at Safety Wolf. Here's the building. The enemy spawn is here, and there are guys coming up here. Not to mention there's an alleyway here, another building here, and then the only way out of, over here's the courtyard. The only way out of this section is there's a gate here and a gate here.
this is the gate.
This is the gate. And so Aaron and Caleb and everyone else that's up here dies, and so I'm here alone, and Caleb's like, dude, just call yourself out. I just want to see what would happen. So I look over, I'm seeing guys like shooting, like, and every time they start to look, I'd be like, oh my gosh, and look again, they just didn't know I was there. And so there's like this big like fan thing sticking out, so they couldn't see me if I ducked down. And so I just kind of ducked down, trying to call Aaron on the comms, trying to get him to come up and bring some guys to help me. And then, but the other team was a bunch of veterans, and by veterans they mean people over the age of 20 who have polar stars. So it's garbage.
Do you drink beer? Yeah. Do you have a polar star? Yeah. You're a veteran. That's it.
Pretty much. And so I guess I'm just gonna use a random name. This might not have been the correct name. I'm gonna use it. So I'm sitting here, and behind me, like on the other side of one of the pillars, I hear, Robert, is that you? I'm like, oh my gosh, why? And so he's like, Robert. I'm like, well, I guess this is it. I'm either gonna die or I'm gonna get out of here and just go Rambo. And so I come around the corner, just like really fast. I go, surrender! And so it's probably 10 feet away from me. He has his gun up like this, but he's not in the ready position kind of thing, or like, I'm like, surrender! He's like, got like a surprised look on his face. And so he's like, oh man, something, I don't know what he said, but it's like, oh man, I could call that, but I'm not. I'm like, what? And then he just goes, I'm like, and then he just goes, and he's using Elite Force 1911 TAC, and so I know that has a low amount of ammo, so he just keeps wasting it, and it all keeps like ricocheting off the fan beside me, hitting my leg, and so ricochets don't count, and he goes, I'm like, I'm about to kill this guy. He doesn't have enough time to switch his weapon and everything. So I come out and I just pop off a few shots in his chest. I should have just gone full auto in the face and just lit him up. But I was like, you can't uncall that because I saw him just bouncing off of his chest. And he's just like, man, I'm going to call it, even though I shot you all up and down your leg. What? Are you freaking kidding? I was like, for one, they're ricochets. He was not shooting me because that thing shoots pretty hard and it was really close. It would have hurt if it actually hit me in the leg. And I surrendered you. And it's either way, like even if they didn't do it, that's my modesty doing a safety kill. Like if it was out of the field that didn't have a rule about it, and someone comes up behind you and says surrender, would you call it?
Well, I could. No, yeah, I'd call it.
But I mean, that's like really. I could have shot him. He could have shot me, but he didn't. And I did the most, like the closest thing to shooting. I said surrender. So that's me. I'm the one who did. He just stood there like an idiot. But it's okay. He had a polar star, so that totally justifies the whole situation. That means he's the one who's right in this situation because he's American Milsim polar star guy. So yeah, that just pissed me off, and so I started getting my, what do you call it? Low, whatever. Shutdown mode. But then I just kind of got out of it as the Call of Duty I got back into it. But yeah, that guy. And then later in the day, they finally switched up teams, and we ended up on the team with him, and I just hate it. And then
but he was good.
I don't care.
He was good.
And we would go into the hotel like doing like quick short games, and they would like follow him. I'm like, ah,
Dude, he was good.
I hate it. I just, oh
He was
my
like-
goodness.
Yeah. I don't like safety kills. But he should have called it. But like when I go to a field that doesn't have them, I just shoot people because I don't care. Yeah, like that, my story before, the one I just told, like when I walked into the building, that guy like turned around, I just went, shot him right in the chest. Because one, he has like a buttload of gear on where he knows he got hit, but it didn't really hurt him. And two, like safety kills just get so confusing, especially at SS Airsoft.
Oh my god, surrender.
Everyone just storms into the buildings and they just all call surrender, and you have no idea like what the heck is happening. And then pretty much usually just like the most popular guy gets hit. Like
he's the one who doesn't die.
Yeah. If you know all the people at SS Airsoft, then you won't die when you come to a building and surrender people. But
our team did have one Polar Star kid when we went to Safety Wolf, but he was absolutely useless. Like, I never heard anything coming out of him except cuss words.
yeah.
Like, did he ever shoot?
Yeah, I mean, he shot. That one time at the ponytail dude, this guy, this ponytail guy, like, we had this flag, and we're all guarding it, like, probably, like, at least 8 people. Just, like, our entire team. We're just all sitting there watching it. And then he just runs out, like, you had to run, like, 30 yards, like, out in the open to get there.
Yeah, like, around the corner.
Yeah. And so he runs around the corner. We all just open fire, like everyone. We're just going, just like, and he's just getting hit, and he just like runs and changes the flag and then calls his hit. But that is so dumb. Like
there's 7 or 8 of us shooting.
We hit him probably like 300 times, and he just, that is awful. Like you can't understand it. I think I got it on film.
Yeah, you did, but it's not as clear as. Like,
yeah.
Like mine?
Yeah.
But if I was like, wait, this guy's on the enemy team. What?
If you want to go watch it and see how ridiculous it is, we'll post a video on it. And we'll narrate it so you'll know what part it is. But he got hit so many times before he got to the flag. And then he goes and pulls the flag and then calls his hits. That's just dumb. Like, I hate
But it's okay because he was on the Polar Stars team.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's over 21.
So it's okay. It's okay. Well, because if it was one of our guys that did that, their whole team.
What the world? I don't know if it's just me, but like I feel like wherever I go, there's people. Not really SS Airsoft actually, to be honest, but like all the other fields, I feel like people just don't call their hits.
Especially those guys.
Like those guys.
But it's okay. They have Polar Stars and they're big.
Like there was a lot of times where I was just like, how am I not hitting you? And then they're just.
That was our whole team, so they have to have not. Everyone was saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they were better than us because, yeah, I mean, they're all grown men. They've been playing a long time. They all have really good gear and guns that, I mean, in the first game, they were killing us before we could even, they were shooting us through the, like, it was in a woods game. They were shooting us, like, up in our spawn, uphill. We had the uphill advantage. We were going downhill. They were going uphill. They were still just killing us before our guns could even reach them.
Yeah. Subscribe. Yeah, okay. Bye.